we're still talking about Elon Musk, so ring that bell, and his acquisition of Twitter. Insofar as Twitter is still facing a class action suit by several people who claim that their severance package was not followed through on. However, a U.S. district judge in San Francisco has at least ordered that 5 of the people in the class action suit drop the suit in favor of private arbitration, because that's the contract that they signed when they were hired.
Exactly.
It's not clear if he's going to order for the entire case to be dismissed, because some of the people in the class action opted out of arbitration. But as of right now, Twitter has what looks to be 5 less claims it has to deal with in court.
It's interesting. I'm not privy to their employment agreements. I'm not privy to the arbitration agreements. But this is fairly common now to see these arbitration. You opt in and you elect to arbitrate your claims. So it's not incredibly surprising. I think what is surprising is the fact that like we've seen tweets about the severance, right? Like, oh, we're going to pay the severance, and then I see folks that did not get paid their severance tweet back through Twitter, which is surreal to watch. It's like, I never got paid. It's been months and months and months. So it's certainly something else. I mean, I think this is also interesting because we're probably going to see other claims. And I think some stuff has probably already been filed. If it hasn't been, it's inevitable for rents not being paid at Twitter, or at least a sub office or a different office. I don't believe it was the main office.
Multiple offices.
Yeah, other
Kuala
obligations.
Lumpur, Dublin, San Francisco. Yeah.
So I expect to see other kinds of litigation stemming from all this. And I mean, needless to say, it's a mess. It's a mess.
And it's not just rent obligations. It's also other employment law violations. There are people who are alleging that there was gender discrimination in the layoffs, stuff like that. So it's plenty of headaches for all involved.
Not for the lawyers. Not for the lawyer.
Which is something to note. I actually wanted to bring that up because we've talked about, that the Silicon Valley specifically is facing this big downturn, and what do you do if you're a lawyer in that space? Here's something to look into, employment law.
I think that's actually, jokes aside, I think it's a very fair point, and it's something that at Lawtrades we've talked about it briefly. We've done some talks on it. I think we did a LinkedIn Live recently. There are certain types of practice areas we think are insulated from the downturn. Employment law is definitely one of them. Definitely one of them. You will definitely have a lot of employment-related claims. Also, commercial litigation, I think, will still be pretty good. But if you're right, if you're trying to pivot slightly, and you at least have an understanding of employment law, learn more, go to class, take CLEs, try to transition into that practice, or at least somewhat, right, to survive. Really fulfilling work, either on the employer side or on the employee side. So I couldn't agree with you more, Warren. That is definitely some good advice.
Right, and that also kind of dovetails with a lot of the unionization stuff that we've been seeing and all that. So it's kind of like a wide array of cases and things that you can take on now.
I couldn't agree more. That was really insightful, man. Thanks.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Check us out also on LinkedIn and Twitter to keep up to speed with what we're doing. Catch you on the next one.